Hi, I'm Ray Hagar with the Reno Gazette Journal. Sam Shad is off today. Welcome to an all-new edition of Nevada Newsmakers. Today we're going to talk about education, learning in a fun way. Randi Thompson has the rundown.
Well, if you consider science fun, we do have two folks here to talk about Discovery Museums, both in Las Vegas and in Reno. We have Riche from the soon-to-be new Discovery Museum in Reno, and Doreen Alvarado from Las Vegas's Lead Museum.
And coming up on today's Pundit panel, we have Martha Gould, Bruce Breslow, and Daryl Capurro. That's all coming up next on an all-new Nevada Newsmakers.
You are watching Nevada Newsmakers. Nevada Newsmakers, brought to you in part by the Tahoe Reno Industrial Center, the world's largest industrial park, the resort at Red Hawk, and the Peppermill family of casinos.
High-tech companies demand perfect world amenities. They require clean, reliable power, state-of-the-art fiber optic communications, and clean water sources. In a perfect world, companies would have immediate access to rail and interstate freeways. There would be 4-lane expressways that shorten shipping times and provide convenient commute routes for valued employees. Well, the future is now, and it's here. Welcome to the Tahoe Reno Industrial Center, the largest industrial park in the world, building economic prosperity for Nevadans.
When making your decision as where to play golf, consider the resort at Red Hawk. You know you have made the right choice the moment you arrive. The friendly staff welcomes you to our award-winning pro shop. You know you've made the right decision on the first tee. The Lakes course is in the best condition in years. You know you've made the right choice after you've played 18 holes. The resort at Red Hawk, the right choice.
Nevada Newsmakers is sponsored in part by the Nevada Beer Wholesalers Association.
As an employer, did you know you can be held liable for negligent hiring? A background screening by Employer Links can uncover criminal records, like alcohol and drug convictions. It can verify the applicant's education, driving records, and professional licenses. Employer Links can check civil records, registered sex offender records, and Social Security fraud. Hiring the right person shouldn't be a gamble. Call Employer Links. Employer Links, protecting your investment.
I tell you, John, this industry has really changed.
Tell me about it.
You seem to do pretty well last year. What's your secret?
No secrets. Although I'll tell you something. The smartest thing I did was sign up with Pro Group Management.
Really? Yeah, they do workers' comp, right?
Yeah, their services are great. And get this, they saved me 30%. I've heard they saved others 50%.
That works for me.
Pro Group Management. Finally, workers' comp that works for you.
And now, back to Nevada Newsmakers.
Welcome to Nevada Newsmakers. I'm here today with Randi Thompson, and our first guest is Riche of the Nevada Discovery Museum in Reno. Welcome, Chris.
Good to have you.
Good to be here.
So now yours is a fairly new museum. Actually, it hasn't even started to be built yet. You guys got the City Hall. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And what is now the status of the project?
The key next steps right now are really to formalize what exactly should be inside the museum. What are the programs and exhibits that are really going to be unique to our area and really excite the local population and deliver on the educational objectives that we have for the museum. That's our major next step.
Now you're looking to not compete with the school system, but actually to supplant exciting and scientific projects. What is this based on? I mean, are there other museums in the country that are doing this kind of stuff?
There's almost 300 right now, in fact, across the U.S., and there's more around the world. They've been around for over 100 years. And so there's a long track record of forming partnerships with educational institutions, the communities, for both the business and the residents, as well as tourists. So it's really a very established and proven concept.
You know, this new Discovery Museum is not that far from the Nevada Museum of Art or the Auto Museum, and I was wondering if you could tie all these three together as like a package to bring more tourists to town.
That's an excellent point. One of the things that's so exciting about the City Hall, not only that it saves a lot of money to the project in order to get it going because it's an existing building and that it has space for expansion, it's really its location. It's right in line with, as you pointed out, the Automobile Museum, the Art Museum. It's also very close to the library. It's almost as you look downtown and draw a circle and include the ice rink and the theater and the Whitewater Park, you get this amazing activity area where people can go down, families, tourists, residents, and do a lot of different activities all within walking distance. So it's really spectacular from that front. And then what you're able to do is actually form some of the partnerships so we can go to the different hotels and casinos and area organizations and be able to do city pass type ideas, which some other cities have done very successful, which is you come into town and for a small amount of money you get access to everything.
Okay.
And
now you basically have 2 years to raise $1.8 million to secure this building. Another company is holding it for you until then. Is that correct?
I mean, the project itself is more expensive. We're targeting 10 to 12 million to get the whole thing up and running. The building itself, though, is an outstanding bargain. 1.8 million for almost 2 acres, an existing building downtown is spectacular. It saves us 5 to 7 million off the cost of the project just by having this to start with. So we're really excited about that. Panettone Development actually made that possible. They really stepped up to the plate on that. And we do have 2 years in order to raise the money and buy it from them. And we have the option to extend that time if we need to. What they want to do is make sure that we're able to focus resources where we need to focus, so all of a sudden paying them back doesn't delay everything else. But it's just a wonderful opportunity they made available to us.
Well, are you getting good support? Are there people out there that want to participate financially in this?
Yes, we're still very early on, and one of the things we've done is really try to get all our ducks in a row before we go out and ask for money. So we're starting our funding study, the master plan process. That way we can go to potential partners and donors with a really clear idea of here's what this is going to be and here's the various opportunities that you can help make happen and shape based on your own interests. And so we haven't started that process yet of going to them. That'll probably start in January or February. And then we have roughly 2 years from that point.
Okay, now the legislature convenes again in 2007.
That's soon? Oh, sorry.
Well, it's only 2005.
I know, it's still it's way too soon.
Can you hope for any state funding? I mean, the state did give $250,000 to the Discovery Museum in Las Vegas. I think it was in 1997. So can you get state funding for this Discovery Museum?
Many states and cities around the country have done a lot to support their children's museums. We're building a plan right now that isn't dependent on state funding, but there's going to be a lot of opportunities for expansion, for sponsorships, for programs that the state may very well be interested in helping enable. And so we will approach them as the time becomes appropriate.
Is this museum, is it in Senator Raggio's district or Senator Townsend's?
It's in Senator Raggio's.
Okay, well, there you go. That helps a lot.
So in looking at partnering with Washoe County School District, I imagine, every grade level has a different type of scientific program. Are you looking at specific grades? Are you looking at pretty much, birth to 18? What are you kind of targeting?
Well, much like people write a book for a 6th grader. That's pretty much all books are written to that level. That's the target, but they appeal to a much wider range. Children's museums focus from the 0 to 12 area. And what that does is that hits the critical development period for all these children, and it provides a great resource for their families. It's one of those interesting situations where it's so much fun just to go that you forget it's so beneficial long term. And so what you find is that teenagers come and they volunteer, they go themselves with their family. Grandparents are a huge driver of the increase in traffic to children's museums. Attendance has tripled in the last 10 years. And so it's really something that's coming into its own around the country. 2 dozen have been opened in the last, I think, 3 years, and there's 70 in the planning stages.
Wow.
It's just incredible.
Well, we talked about this yesterday in preparing for this, and we talked about how so many scientists now talk about going to a museum as a kid is what inspired them to be a scientist. And we kind of discussed that that's probably the intent, not maybe the underlying intent of this.
Well, and that's really a core focus. Our mission is to instill a lifelong lesson around curiosity, creativity, and understanding. If you can instill those traits in our children, that'll carry them through decades of dividends to society and to themselves. And you do find that. I mean, people, they remember when they went to the Exploratorium the first time, or the Brooklyn Museum, which has been around for 105 years, and they want their kids to go there as well. And then you also find a lot of academic professionals are realizing the power of informal education to really help drive in the classroom success as well as life success.
Okay.
So it's great.
Chris, we thank you for coming on today. That's all the time we have right now. We'll be right back after this. Take a look at the Discovery Museum in Las Vegas.
For a videotape copy of any Nevada Newsmakers program, call 775-857-2244. The tapes are $20 each, including shipping.
My family started this business 27 years ago.
We work hard to serve our customers and our community.
But it's getting harder and harder to keep the doors open.
For example, our workers' comp is going through the roof. Isn't anyone on my side anymore?
The Retail Association of Nevada is. If you're a small business owner, we can cut your workers' comp by up to 50%, lobby for your interests, and keep you informed. Put us to work today.
If it's fun, it's here at the Peppermill, the $100,000 video-themed slot celebration, with more winners each week, 100 random winners every Monday and Wednesday, and more cash prizes, $6,000 random drawings every Friday, plus chances to win up to $1,000 in free slot play on Mr. Money's Challenge. You'll have more fun with the Peppermill's video-themed slot celebration, now worth over $100,000.
The slots that rock are at the Peppermill. Where are you winning?
Thanks to an ongoing commitment by America's mining companies, more than 2 million acres already have been reclaimed. To learn more about reclamation or other aspects of mining, visit nma.org. The National Mining Association.
Come join the fun on Saturday, August 20th at the 5th Annual Ricky Woodring Memorial Fund and Scholarship Golf Tournament. It's an 18-hole four-person scramble with food and fun at the beautiful Arrow Creek Golf Club. The entry fee of $130 includes green fees, golf cart, continental breakfast, lunch, and snacks with raffle and silent auction. All proceeds to benefit the Ricky Woodring Memorial Fund and the Galena High Athletic Program. A hole-in-one wins a 2005 Ford Mustang, compliments of Jones West Ford. It's a day of golf, food, fun, and prizes. Call 851-7454 now to reserve your spot.
And now, back to Nevada Newsmakers.
On the phone with us today is Doreen Alvarado. She's the assistant down at the Lead Discovery Museum, similar to what we just talked to Chris
in Las Vegas.
In Las Vegas. So welcome, Doreen.
Thank you very much for having us.
So we imagine so you could give the Reno folks some advice on how to get a Discovery Museum going, since you guys have been around for, what, 15 years?
We've been around since 1990, and we've been hanging on. Las Vegas is a kind of a tough town for museums compared to other towns in the United States. However, we've been doing well. We have a very good support system here, and we have tons of partnerships, and we're very happy that Chris has spearheaded this program up north, and we really wish him the best. Of course, we look forward to partnering with him and providing any help that we could, in addition to creating some collaborative projects down the road.
Doreen, since you've been in business for 15 years, could you talk about your museum's ability to inspire young people to science and engineering?
Well, it goes, in a sense, it goes back to what children's museums are about, the role of children's museums. I mean, I think one of the things that I talk about often with adults, friends and relatives and colleagues is the difference between, let's say, an adult's museum versus a children's museum. And it's kind of an interesting difference. In the past, museums were really looked upon as storehouses for the protection and the display of objects. Mm-hmm. Very important, because without them we wouldn't have a link to our past. However, the approach this approach puts limits, really, on the contributions museums can make to understanding the world, and especially for kids, it's pretty intimidating when you're told not to touch and to look and pay attention, especially if you're a non-reader. There are lots of non-readers that start out as non-readers, actually become quite adept at reading and picking up a book and researching it. But there's a big audience out there that could really use some help in head starting. And that's what children's museums are about. Like no other museum, they provide, the spotlight is not on history or science or art. It's on audience. It's on its audience and how individuals can use whatever talents they have to learn about themselves, understanding human differences and similarities.
Interesting. So yours is a lot more interactive than the normal museum, and providing kids the ability to touch.
If you go to any place in the world now, it's an international field. If you hear of a children's museum, those are key words, hands-on. A hands-on approach to learning gives kids a sense of control of their own environment, and in that they get a sense of self, they develop a sense of confidence, and esteem grows from these typical experiences. And that's why the hands-on approach, the looking at exhibits from the inside, you'll see a lot of museums that have children's museums, and other museums have followed in step with this, have done, let's say, exhibits where you have cross-sections of let's say a fire hydrant. How does a fire hydrant look inside? Well, that type of approach has really opened up a different style of learning. That's what we call informal learning. And it also teaches teachers to pay attention to, everybody knows the kid that did not get it in school. The it is kind of ambiguous. So we train teachers that the problem may not be the kid who doesn't get it, but maybe it's the material that we're using or how it's presented. So children's museums generally challenge that formal approach.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Doreen, do you have any working partnerships with the Clark County School District with your museum?
We have a ton of partnerships. The school district is a foremost partner with, we do exhibits with them on an annual basis, a couple of times a year. In addition, we have in the past, and because of funding, we had to scale back, unfortunately, this year, but we've done teacher trainings for the school district, and they've provided us, we've worked collaboratively on curriculum development as well, and that just makes us, and hopefully them, that much stronger.
That's great. We look forward to talking with you again, as well as we move into this the museum up in Reno. And we thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Good luck to you.
Thank you very much, and thank you for including us.
You're
and
very
hopefully
welcome.
you'll get some funding from the legislature in
there
2007. Of course, your museum isn't in Senator Raggio's district, so you might have a little trouble. But up here, we're going to get some money.
Pocket change.
We'll be right back on Nevada Newsmakers.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
For more than a decade, the Southern Nevada Water Authority has been helping the community embrace conservation as a way of life. That includes replacing more than 50 million square feet of grass with water-smart landscaping. During the worst drought on record, watering restrictions and tough landscaping codes have reduced the community's water use by billions of gallons, even as thousands of new residents were moving into Nevada. That's smart water management, and that's our promise to Nevada.
When making your decision as where to play golf, consider the resort at Red Hawk. You know you have made the right choice the moment you arrive. The friendly staff welcomes you to our award-winning pro shop. You know you've made the right decision on the first tee. The Lakes course is in the best condition in years. You know you've made the right choice after you've played 18 holes. The Resort at Red Hawk, the right choice.
So, who do you use for workers' comp?
Pro Group Management.
Ah, I've heard some good things about them.
Oh, you bet. Employee background checks, safety training, claim seminars. Oh, and here's the great part. If you have an issue, they work for you, not against you.
Sounds perfect. And expensive.
Well, that's the best part. They saved me 30%. I've heard they've saved others 50%.
Works for me.
Pro Group Management. Finally, workers' comp that works for you.
And now, back to Nevada Newsmakers.
We're going to grill you, Bruce.
We're back at Nevada Newsmakers with an unruly pundit panel as normal. We have Bruce Breslow, the Vice President of CB Richard Ellis, Martha Gould, political activist, and Daryl Capurro, the Managing Director for the Motor Transport Association. So we're going to start, obviously, with education. That's what we just talked about. And Martha, your experience in education. It must be exciting to see this Discovery Museum coming to Reno that's focusing on kids, but it's nothing new in Nevada, this kind of partnership with museums, is it?
No, the idea is not a new one. The fact that we are finally moving in the direction of doing a children's museum is a plus. And I hope the powers to be, I call them the downtown boys, understand that this is a plus in terms of tourism. Because families come, there's something there for the kids other than video arcades. The partnerships with the library, and they forgot to mention the fact that there is a partnership with the libraries. And this goes back to the Institute for Museum and Library Services. It was created in 1996 when I was on the U.S. Commission on Libraries and Information Science, and we worked very hard on bringing that to pass. That means that the cooperative programs between libraries, schools, museums opens up a world of funding. Yeah. And if you look at the Verdi branch, which is the Department of Wildlife, the school district, and the library, there you have it.
Yeah. Well, now, Bruce, when you were mayor, you tried to get something like this done. You're a man ahead of your time, as always.
You were a good mayor, Bruce.
You were a great mayor, and he's still a good guy, too.
All that for $20.
I don't know if he's a great mayor. My mom liked him.
I think he's a great mayor. Anyway, but you
we worked with the Exploratorium in San Francisco, and it came down to corporate funding and getting people to sponsor the exhibits, and at that time there was not the will to do it. I'm glad there is now, and we'll give them any support and any of our knowledge that we can to help them get going.
And you see this as a good thing, Daryl, to kind of help kids get into engineering and science, because it seems like the school system isn't as strong as it could be in that department.
Well, I think so, and I think the point that Martha mentioned about something for the tourists with their kids to be able to see, I think that's an important aspect of it, too. Goes right in with other things that are being developed in Reno now.
Okay, let's change the subject for 1 minute. We have some news out of the governor's office where Press Secretary Greg Bordelin is going to work for Henderson Mayor Jim Gibson as he mounts a supposed campaign for governor.
Yeah, it's obviously going full tilt if Bordelin's going over there, and he's sharp. This month everything's going to happen. You'll see, Gibbons will get in, Gibson will get in, and then the people who've been using their names to kind of get a little extra publicity are going to back out, and you'll see the race actually start.
You know what really kind of concerns me is that it's plausible that we could have a general election with a Gibbons versus a Gibson, and I really think that has a lot of potential to confuse a lot of voters. Martha?
Actually, there might be two Gibbons if Don does indeed run for Congress.
Oh, she's running.
Well, I don't want to.
It's easier to say than Sferaza when there were three of them running in the same
dynasty. Now the Gibbons dynasty.
I think that this is going to be a fascinating political year. I am delighted that I can just sit back and watch the circus.
Mr. Gibson is an interesting entry to this race.
Yes.
I'm old enough that I go back to where I worked with his father.
And
he was
I did
majority
also.
leader in the Nevada Senate. And Gibson Sr. was a very good legislator, worked well with both sides of the aisle and both ends of the legislature. I have not ever met his son, but if he's been elected twice as mayor of the second largest city in Nevada, he must have some popularity. So it will make for a very interesting political
People
season.
say great things about him. This is supposed to be a spontaneous interaction, so I'm going to throw one back at you. Randy, you're running for something. It's 2 years from now. What's it going to be?
I have no idea.
You run for something every 2 years. What's it going to be?
That's not fair.
I haven't run in, I ran in 98. I have no idea. I truly don't know.
You're right, this is an unruly
It is, I told you. Bruce. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Let's go back to Mayor Gibson. He is very highly thought of in the South. And I do want to say here, because I had the opportunity to work with his father was a true statesman. And indeed, if the son is like the father, he too would be a true statesman. And maybe it's time we had a true statesman in the governor's mansion. That's all I have to say.
Now, are you saying, Martha, that Richard
Democrat.
Perkins and Dina Titus are not true statesmen or statespeople?
Yes and no. Dina, because she is from the South, most of what she has done has really been geared, I think, not statewide, but more to Clark County. She is a very bright woman. She probably would make a very good governor. But the bottom line is, A, she's a woman, and I'm not sure the downtown boys would like that. I can get shot for that statement. And 2, she has got to make people understand that she's going to move to a statewide purview.
Yeah, that's the challenge.
She has very little name identification up here.
And she has
the Gibson name has some identification from previously in that. It's going to be a very interesting primary, and then could very well be a very interesting general election.
Well, I find it interesting, too, that the one person who's being very quiet keeps getting a lot of attention, and that's Perkins. He's not doing anything to get attention, but yet we all keep talking about him, and he's not.
Well, he's going on Baltic cruises for
It all comes down to money. It comes down to who's going to get the money and who's going to get the campaign money, and Gibson has the ability to raise a lot of money down south.
Very fast.
Who's the favorite, real quick, the Democrats? Bruce?
I would say Gibson.
I'm going to take the Fifth Amendment.
And Daryl?
Probably Gibson, if he indeed gets into the race.
We'll leave it at that.
Hey, we got to leave it at that. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Nevada Newsmakers, brought to you in part by the Tahoe Reno Industrial Center, the world's largest industrial park, the resort at Red Hawk, and the Peppermill family of casinos.
Here at the Tahoe Reno Industrial Center, water resources come from fresh, clean groundwater, approved by state permits. The water is pumped from wells to million-gallon storage tanks and then distributed to TRI companies. Another amenity is our investment in a state-of-the-art wastewater treatment plant. This disposal system converts waste to clean water for industrial applications. Welcome to the Tahoe Reno Industrial Center, the largest industrial park in the world, building economic prosperity for Nevada.
South Reno's hotspot for food, fun, and friends is the Tamarack Junction. Enjoy great food 24 hours a day in the Dining Car Restaurant. For a quick bite and the best sandwiches in town, it's the Whistle Stop Deli. And for the best appetizers and menu selections and a large variety of cocktails, beers, and martinis, it's Sully's Sports Bar, Grill, and Nightclub. The Tamarack Junction is your junction for fun. South Virginia and Amati Ranch Parkway.
My family started this business 27 years ago.
We work hard to serve our customers and our community.
But it's getting harder and harder to keep the doors open.
For example, our workers' comp is going through the roof. Isn't anyone on my side anymore?
The Retail Association of Nevada is. If you're a small business owner, we can cut your workers' comp by up to 50%, lobby for your interests, and keep you informed. Put us to work today.
Thanks for watching. Randy, who do we got coming up tomorrow?
Oh, we have 2 of the more powerful women in Nevada. We have our Lieutenant Governor, Lorraine Hunt, and the woman that runs Southern Nevada Water Authority, Pat Mulroy.
Thank you for watching.
Thanks.